2:55 p.m. and we are working on uploading our second episode of this series on YouTube, and very specifically we're working on a thumbnail right now. So this might be the thumbnail, maybe not, we'll see. Our previous video, bang, dude, we got 2,000 views so far in the first less than 24 hours, which is the best my video has ever performed on YouTube. It's been a grind. We've been getting straight 500 views, 500 views, 200 views on our videos. So it's nice to finally get a big break. We're grinding the YouTube. Me and my editor, we're cooking right now. 9 months ago, I was just this normal, slightly bummy college sophomore who was looking for a purpose in his life. So I wrote down in January 1st of this year this goal to make $100,000 a month, and I would post on Instagram and TikTok every single day until I hit that goal. Fast forward 5 months and we were at $20,000 a month, which was absurd to think about, thinking that this challenge was just some random goal, and now it had turned me into an actual business owner while I was in college. I had also grown over 100,000 followers on Instagram in that time. It's crazy. And being that bummy college sophomore who hated classes and did everything possible to get out of class, this was my one-way ticket to leave college and have a path that wasn't simply a 9-to-5. So after many rigorous talks with my Korean parents, I dropped out of Boston College in May of 2024. Fast forward 5 months. Now, October, I am moved into a New York City apartment. I talked to some of the Boston College friends that I left recently, and I almost felt like I was a bad friend for leaving them. And at first it was this pie in the sky goal, like it's not actually gonna happen, guys, you know? It's just like just for fun on the internet. Last month in September, we made $43,000. And I think we're going to hit $100,000 in December of this year. And whether you find my story either inspirational or absolutely delusional and idiotic, I don't really care. But I've been feeling really guilty recently because I feel like I've chosen my own goals over my friends and the college experience that I should have had with them. And at times this summer, I thought to myself, couldn't I have just finished college while building this business? Like, yeah, I would have had to grind really hard, but I probably could have done it, right? Made my parents happy, had a blast at school. Now I'm alone in New York. All of my friends are up in Boston. And this morning, as I was just journaling, reading a book, I realized that I really didn't have any other choice. Because I realized my life is at its absolute peak, not when I'm having a blast with friends, but when I'm creating something I truly love. And that sounds really corny, but because no matter what I seem to do in college, staying up until 2 a.m. in my friend's dorm, singing karaoke together, going out on Friday night to like an MIT frat and getting blackout drunk, the fun always seemed to dry up, and it almost always end the night, maybe at like 12 a.m. just sitting and thinking, what is the point of it all? Feeling really oddly empty inside after hitting the highest high, getting drunk at a party or laughing at some stupid jokes until my abs hurt with my friends. I'd always seemed to feel empty. No matter how excited I felt this matching emptiness. And what I realized is that you can't push away this empty feeling forever. Yeah, maybe you can sit with it for the rest of the weekend, but then we have class on Monday. In college, we don't have time to be empty and sad and philosophical. Like, bro, we got class, we got grades to keep up. Now, what does this have to do with $100,000 a month? If you're a creative type like me, making cool things is in your DNA. I don't remember too much from when I was under this age of 6, but I very vividly remember Christmas morning when I was 5 years old. My parents gifted me this Lego set for the very first time. It was a Lego Star Wars spaceship. I remember so vividly that feeling of building it for the first time and being so amazed at putting together just the little pieces. And ever since then, in elementary school, I was obsessed with building Legos. I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit $100,000 a month in December by the rate of my personal growth, by the rate of my business growth. And suddenly, I'm starting to think, why couldn't I have just done it during college, right? Hitting $100,000 a month, once my business is fairly systemized, I can let it run kind of on its own. So why not? Why did I have to drop out and move to a different city to do this? I realize now the vision for the company that I'm building, the vision for the brand that I'm building will have $1 million a month in impact. And I'm saying that right now, and I'm gonna post every single day until we hit that goal. That's a hell of a grind I'm promising to put myself through, where I'm leaving the fun that I should be having in college. And if I told myself that a year ago, I would have called myself crazy. Like, why would you put yourself through that much hell, dude? Like, barely leaving your house, locking yourself in a room to scale a business just for money. Like, yeah, I want to have a still lifestyle, but I don't like money that much, so why? Because scaling a business to 10K a month, I can do that just by making content and making a decent product. Scaling to $100,000 a month, I need to learn how to manage people, but with good enough systems, I can still do it and not probably suffer like to the end of the world. But $1 million a month, I'm pretty sure I'm going to freaking suffer. I'm going to probably go through sleepless nights every single day, waking up on the same boring routine. I probably will feel so different by the end of it, to the point where I've almost like alienated myself from the person that I used to be, and there'd probably always be some sort of the business in the back of my head, so it would be almost impossible to have the same level of presence that I did just 6 months ago in college, when life was simpler and my goals were simpler. And I'm not saying this to project my self-pity and be like, oh, I'm so sad because I'm gonna be rich. I never saw myself dedicating years to this business, and now I do. So why? Why suffer through years of turmoil, making my life harder and harder, and stacking just more pressure on myself to just do more and more and more, right? I've always considered myself a lazy person. I always did whatever possible to just get by in high school. I'd stay up until 3 a.m. just playing League of Legends every day in high school, okay? I was not your typical grinder. And I think it's simply because making cooler and cooler things is embedded into my DNA, impossibly, inseparably from me. If I can stand by any truth to the absolute core of my being, it's not that I'm a lazy person, it's not that I love fun, it's that I love building cool things. And every time I'd finish building a Lego set, it would last maybe 3 days before I had to break it all down and build something even cooler out of it. As we start to believe in our potential more as human beings and what we can achieve in this lifetime, the smaller Lego sets don't challenge us as much. Maybe the initial Lego set only took 1 hour to build, and it was really challenging at the beginning, but then it became easy, so we now sought a Lego set that takes us a whole day to build. But even that became easy enough. So now we sought a Lego set that takes years, but not only just years, but sleepless nights and having to change completely as a person, read freaking business books, dude. I hated reading growing up. So the answer to why we need to suffer through a painful existence when we could just coast by having fun is because I don't want an existence that is void of extreme pain, but also void of extreme joy and extreme adventure. I think every child has at least an inkling of a dream of changing the world, of doing something way bigger than themselves. And I think that kind of impossible dream is the only way we can genuinely get up out of bed every single morning as if it was Christmas morning every day. And I genuinely feel like, although I don't have these crazy highs of going out, I don't have these crazy highs of spending genuinely great time with my friends right now, I think I'm finding that existence where I wake up so excited to simply live this simple life. It was this idea that you could either choose to live with passion and drive to create things, or you can choose to live with practicality and safety. And being a content creator and entrepreneur, God, I hate those terms so much, they're so cringe, I can gladly say allows me to do both in this lifetime, and I wouldn't choose any other lifetime over this existence. That is why I must leave college, go all in on hitting $100,000 a month, because it is a necessary prerequisite to all the other beautiful things I want to build. And I really want to bring you guys along this journey every single day. So hit that subscribe button down below. It is now 8 p.m. and I need to get dinner. So I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace!